This is the XboxCast.
Alright, welcome to the XboxCast, a podcast for the working gamer. Your hosts are... Hello, and welcome to the XboxCast. This is episode 0.4, and we are almost out of beta. How exciting. We are your hosts,
Simone,
Lee,
Kyle, and this is the XboxCast. Cue jingle. Hi guys, and welcome to the XboxCast. This is episode number 1. Welcome to Season 2. We are back and in your ears. We are the XboxCast, and this is a podcast by grown-up gamers talking about everything Xbox. Right, it's 2019. This is Season 3. We're still the XboxCast you know and love, but this time with updates. It is 2020, and hello and welcome to Season 4 of the XboxCast. Hello and welcome. Season 5, boys.
Yes, 5 whole seasons under our belt.
Hello and welcome to the still pre-season 6 episode specials that we are doing, and this is our very special Game Face episode to kick off Friendly Feb.
That's
that
it.
was great. I thought there was going to be a symbol, Lee.
Oh, well,
Was it
it was season 6 was the final one. That was the symbol. But okay.
That was the bat signal.
Oh, you
Man.
could tell when we got mics, hey?
I know. Oh yeah.
We went from recording in someone's kitchen to
I thought the first
Sounding
one was
like-
awesome though. I love the first one. It's so good.
it's so cringy. Hi, I'm Lee, Simone, Kyle.
Oh, and I knew it at the time, but I'm like, it's all right. Just got to be supportive.
We did it for like 2 seasons though. It was on season 1
Oh, no.
when we
wow.
first started.
I mean, that's how you learn, right?
We've definitely
Well,
learned.
Yeah, we haven't learned so much as just done things differently.
Yeah, true.
Well, welcome Charlotte to being our first guest, our blurry-eyed guest, because we're all kind of just crawled out of bed and decided to start
We're
live
awake.
streaming on a Saturday morning. Who thought this was a good idea?
I don't
Raise your
know.
hand.
Who
Lee.
thought people would actually sign up? Yeah, I know. I was quite surprised when people were going, "Oh, that's a good idea." I was like, "Oh crap, here we go." And then the people started filling in the calendar.
Yeah.
I was like, "Wait
Go,
a minute."
oh, whoops! I think we've made a mistake.
Oh. Don't want to do anything today anyway. It's fine.
It's
So
a
welcome.
Saturday, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you going to do on a Saturday except sleep in and enjoy the day?
Game,
Eat.
Have breakfast.
play
shopping.
Xbox.
Yeah. So, well, 300 episodes, eh?
300 episodes, guys. Look at us go. My word.
It's
Did you ever
insane.
think when we sat around the table, because when we first set up, we had books with a mic in the middle of the table standing up like a Coke can.
Well, we had 4 piles of books, and
Yeah.
the mic sat in the middle, so that because it couldn't stand up by itself.
And we sat around a table and we just waffled on for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
games.
because we actually had an argument right at the beginning because you changed the sequence immediately. I listened to the first one, and you started going, "Right, we're going to talk about games." I was like, "No, we're going to talk about news," and then you kind of just no one
I mean,
knew what was going
that's
on.
fantastic. First episode, we start with an argument.
Yeah, who knows what's going on?
It's been fantastic ever since.
So I think Charlotte's actually quite an interesting guest because you're new to this whole thing as well. Like you've literally been doing podcasts for
Yeah.
what, 3 months, 4 months or something.
Well, I've been involved in Hall of Gamers for over a year because I've known Matt for like it'll be almost 2 years in November. But I joined on as a co-host in the last 3 months. Yeah.
How are you finding it?
I don't like it's good. I
Big
get to do
pause.
a little bit less. Yeah, okay. So it's different because I don't know as much about games as the other two do, right? Like they're both Hall of Famers and I'm just this noob. Like yeah, like I came on Xbox like almost a year and a half ago. So it's all really still very new to me. But I love it. I like games. I like being a nerd. So when they go into their massive like tangents about some sort of game or developer or publisher, I'm just like,
Yep.
Good going, guys.
Yep.
yeah.
No, me
Or they'll
too.
go into like a historical thing about some game that I've never played, and I just go, yep.
But the nice thing about these shows having people like you and I on is we give a different perspective. That's not all this technical talk. We're just like, actually, I really liked XYZ about the game. And the guys are like, oh, yes.
It was
Games
pretty.
are meant to be fun.
Yeah, or like some sort of like gameplay aspect of it that they won't have thought about it because they get very analytical about the games, and I'm like, did you actually just play it? Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Achievement hunters not there to play games; they're there to get achievements. That's the point of them.
Well, that's true, and I mean that like I'm fully in that crowd now, so I can't exactly talk.
Yeah, those are your people.
Yep,
Those are your people.
yep, they are my people.
Oh.
I am them.
So you went from buying an Xbox to becoming an achievement hunter relatively quickly.
Yeah.
What was the tipping point? What was the point where you went, games are fun, to give me that ping sound? I want that ping sound. keep getting those
Give me
pings.
the hit.
I need my hit.
It kind of it helps that my best friend is like the #1 in New Zealand, Australia, and so I get a bit competitive, and it's ridiculous because I'm at like I just had 120,000 gamer score, and I'm still super competitive with him, and he's at 2 million, and I'm like, I'm gonna beat you.
You're like,
Beat
catching
your
up.
ass.
Like you often talk about you get daily keeping the run going. Because how many
the
days?
streaks.
The
Yeah.
streaks. How much your day? What's your streak?
So
on
I'm
now?
at 321. He's 19 days ahead of me.
Yeah.
And he's feeling the pressure. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm cool. I've got this. I could go for a while longer.
You have infinity games to play.
Yeah, like I'm in a really good spot because I've
Yeah.
got all of the games that he's already done, and I've got all of the easy achievements that I can just pull out of my bag. And he's like, well, he has to actually plan ahead what he's going to get his achievements in, or he does run the risk of losing his streak. Mine is just if I get busy with like real
Actually,
life.
get a life. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what gets
which
in the way
doesn't
of
tend
us.
to happen.
Isn't that what gets in the way of all gaming, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People wanting you to go outside and do things.
Touch grass.
See the sun.
It's the people program, isn't it? It's people talking to people.
Is this why you don't have friends? Like,
Exactly.
It's easier that way.
It is. It's just less complicated.
Yeah.
My computer's my friend.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, so we have a bunch of questions to celebrate ourselves, really, because this is all about us, and you're
Yep.
just here to help us do that, which I'm probably going to say to every guest, and it's probably not going to get old.
No.
Not old quickly at all. So we went back to try to figure out when you started listening, and you said you basically signed up to our Patreon.
I think like a week after I listened to the first episode.
So that
Oh,
was,
wow.
You celebrated a year being a patron basically today.
Yeah.
Let's just go by American dates because
Happy birthday, patron day.
Woohoo! happy Patreon day.
yeah. So it's been a year of listening to us. What's your favorite part about us, about the podcast?
It has to be funny first, factual second. Like I'm all in for the joke, so I love
we're
that
on
part
brand.
of it.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
and
also-
I like new news as well. So
Really?
What?
Great.
yeah.
Wait, do you
Yeah,
like
what?
do you like the charts?
Do you like the charts?
That's so good. We've got a fan.
Controversial. I do actually like the charts.
Kyle, we've got a fan finally. Found somebody.
We found the one person that tunes into the charts,
The one person. Yeah.
and everyone just goes, "Are you doing the charts like ironically? Is it some kind of in joke that we just don't get?"
Maybe I don't know. I find it interesting. I don't remember it.
Oh no, we don't remember at all. No.
No,
But
the
it's
only time,
interesting.
the only time we remember it is last week this happened, and we go, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that did happen
That did
last
happen.
week."
Oh, Fortnite's not
Yeah.
number one.
You've
Wow.
got a record of it. Like it's not going anywhere.
Oh,
Yep.
That's
And you
hilarious.
guys, you say that, but when I forget something you guys have said on New News, Lee goes, "Don't you listen to New News?"
Of course. It's like when I
like-
tweet out a story, then one of you go, "Listen, have you heard this story?" It's like, "Yeah, I tweeted it out like 2 days ago." I'm like, okay.
Or the most recent
Lee,
example was I
you're
tweeted it out
muted.
2 weeks. Me?
No, Lee's muted
I'm muted.
on Twitter.
Oh yes, he is. I have muted him on Twitter.
Oh,
have you also,
yes.
Charlotte? Have you muted him on Twitter?
She probably doesn't even follow me.
You can't call out the guest like that. That's just
She doesn't
rude.
even follow me. It's fine. I don't care.
Do
No, she
I
does
do follow you?
You do
actually.
follow me. And you talk to me randomly on it, definitely.
Yeah, I don't actually have you muted. That was just more fun. Just decide whether I'm muted or not. I don't know.
It's just propaganda. That's why, Lee.
Yeah.
Of course, it's propaganda. It's propaganda for my show, the new news show. Like,
It makes sense.
it does. That's funny.
Amazing.
I've got a fan at last.
Yeah, we found the
Finally.
person that tunes in.
It's only
Like, that's-
taken us 5 years, but we've done it.
You've got one fan.
You know what they say? Build it and they will come.
That's right.
You know?
Yes.
Talk about
Eventually.
it and they will listen.
Eventually.
Well, like hopefully you'll like in 10 years you'll double that.
Hey, easy. Maybe even Simone will listen.
I am there. I'm
I
sometimes
know.
the only.
I was
I'm
going to say
joking. You're in the
Simone's
chat
always
room.
there.
I know, I'm
like-
joking.
Man.
No, I keep the audience.
Yeah.
Occupied.
Keep them.
You're
yeah,
like the
occupied.
what do they call the kind of the comic guy that comes out and does the like claps at certain times to make sure everyone's kind of following.
Oh, like me before I joined as a co-host. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
the unpaid
warm-up act.
intern.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the crowd pleaser,
The crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
basically. Come on, guys. Yeah, get excited. Yay.
The hype. The hype.
Yeah,
hype
I know
man.
Hype.
Kyle sometimes tries to be the hype train. So if the chat is quiet, he'll pop in half an hour after the show started going, "Woo! Are we excited about this game?" And there's just silence.
Okay, that's cool.
Silence. Someone's like, I am.
No one's really watching.
Yeah. Everyone's just like, yeah, I'm tuned in and put the phone to the side, Karen. I'm playing games.
Yeah.
Or just like listening rather than actually like reading the chat. Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. We're supposed to be a podcast. That's what people do. They're supposed to listen and then yell like inconsistency stuff out in public while they're on the train or something. Because that's why we say just random things to get people on the train going, no, that's wrong.
No, you're wrong. Yeah.
Just random public outbursts of like, no, that's wrong. And then they try to follow us on Twitter to correct us. And then they see our logo going funny first, factual second. And they go, oh,
Oh, okay.
how much effort should I put into correcting these guys who are clearly very wrong about everything?
That's right. They're literally making it up.
And then they join our Discord, tell us they're wrong, tell us we're wrong, and then leave. But hey, it adds the numbers on the
It's
Discord.
interaction. It's content.
It does.
That's what we want.
And then we get to talk about it the next week. So-and-so popped in, and apparently we were wrong, but we don't believe we're wrong. They're wrong.
Ah, yes, like that whole time we talked about WWE, like we knew what we
Oh
were
my
doing.
God.
That's so funny.
Well,
It
the
was
last
good
episode
fun.
talking about tennis.
Oh, God.
Yes, that was a bit embarrassing actually.
It's all fun and games.
But in fairness, we got a new follower thanks to WWE.
We did.
Right.
did.
Yeah.
Actually, I went for dinner with them last night, a pair of them, Tony and
Oh, cool.
Sharon. And we discussed this. They said, you need to talk more about WWE because we like being included in the podcast. So we can then correct you.
Oh, my gosh. Amazing.
That's incredible.
Yes.
So what is your game of the moment? Let's get out those gaming chops because we
Cool.
clearly haven't been playing a lot of games after June, sorry.
June, yeah. Yeah.
June's the
Which
quiet
was,
month, apparently.
yeah. Well, I didn't start any games in June.
Woohoo!
One of the few that didn't.
Yeah, can't.
No wonder. This month I started Lost in Random, which I've been waiting for like a year to play. Like, I'm very excited for this game. It's very much like Alice Return to Madness or
Yep.
like Psychonauts 2, that kind of feel. And it's like it's a platformer. There's a little bit of fighting in it. And the fighting style is really interesting because you have a dice that's your buddy, and like he rolls and you go into like the dice world, and when he rolls, the number that he lands on is the amount that you get to use on the cards. So you have a bunch of cards and you can use those points to like redeem the cards. And each card has like, there's like a sword for a weapon, or like one gives you health, that kind of thing. That's a small mechanic of the game.
Oh, that sounds really, really cool.
It's real cool. And then the rest of the game is like a platformer where you have to walk around the map and you have to find a certain number of like these parts that you have to use your slingshot to break. That's one of the achievements. It's a random one that I've remembered, and now that's stuck in my head. And then the story is really cool. So when you turn at 14, the queen will come and roll the dice, and depending on what the number lands on is which like location you end up in. So kind of like Hunger Games, kind of.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Kind of like Divergent, that kind of thing. So if it's 1, you're like bottom of the barrel in the slums kind of thing. If you get 6, you have to go to the Queen's castle and live with the Queen, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but you do get to be royalty essentially. And so your character,
What did you roll?
I don't get to roll yet. So you don't get to roll as part of the story. So
Okay.
your sister rolled and she got a 6. It almost landed on a 1.
Of course, and just
And then it
flipped over.
flipped it like a loaded
Ooh.
dice. And
Sneaky.
you're like, oh, okay. So she landed on a 6 and got taken away by the Queen. And so this is a year later, and you've had dreams about your sister. And the sisters are called Even and Odd, which I think is
Cool.
great. And there's another character called Lucky. There's another one called like Gamble. There's all sorts of different names. But yeah, it's a year later, you've had this dream about your sister, and then you start seeing this ghost. And so you're walking around the town trying to find this ghost, and then you leave to go and try and find your sister, and then the ship that you're on, which is a giant snail, ends up capsizing.
Of
This
course.
giant snail, of course.
Sounds like Discworld, hey Carl?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds very cool.
It's very cool. And then like you go off on an umbrella, and then you land in this new area, and then that's where you learn how to fight. So I'm like just through the intro part, but 100% this is my game.
Oh, that's so cool.
Like potentially even my game of the year.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So the fact that you roll a dice and you get different weapons or abilities, does that mean everybody's the playthrough is different?
It could be potentially, but only with the fighting.
Right.
Like it's like that's the only time that really comes into it is so because your fighting is dependent on what roll you get on the dice. Otherwise, you just use your slingshot. So you have a little slingshot that you have like all the time, and the enemies have like these crystals on them. And so you want to attack and get the crystals off them and then collect as many of those as you can. When you collect them, then the dice world will open and you can roll the dice and then choose your card. So I've just been using the sword at the moment. So when you use the card, it's like a sword and it costs 2. So if I roll a 2, I get that card. And then you can use the sword to like attack the enemies. That's the only time that really comes into it. I don't think there's going to be much RNG.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, which is actually kind of good. Like I like the fact that there's not going to be that's not too heavy. It's only in the fighting. Yeah.
Do you pick up new cards and stuff? Do you when you play? Do you
Yeah.
pick up kind of
So you'll get more cards and like upgrade them as you play. So I'm assuming that's story based as well. So when you get to the next stage, you'll get more, because I haven't found any more yet. But you kind of find more as you explore. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's story based, I think.
no rewards? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So something interesting I noticed when you were streaming this game
Mhm.
is that you've got a little bot that when you type pots, it tells you how many you've done.
In my stream, yeah.
Yeah. How the heck did you set that up? Because Simone looked and going, is she doing this by herself? And
I
like, "No,
was
it's
doing that
Nightbot."
myself. Yeah. So it's Nightbot doing it, but I put in the command.
Yep.
Okay.
And
so
then how does
it's
it
just
know?
it's a command that I set up for Nightbot. I could send it to you later if you'd like it. But it basically just adds a count to it each time I put in pot.
Each time you put in pots, it pluses 1.
It's like
and
a
it
death
tells you.
counter, but I just change it to pot.
Okay. Because we were
Yeah.
so confused. We're like, how is this Nightbot plugged into the game? And how do we do
Yeah,
that
I
in
know.
other games?
I'm like,
'Cause that'd be
I'm
great.
typing the command
Ah,
pot,
yep.
and then it's like, you've smashed another pot. Yeah.
Because that would
Yeah.
be
Sounds
great.
like you
You
need
just,
an assistant.
Yeah, you need a
I do,
macro
I really
person
do.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
just get Neo to sit there and just be like, how many pots is that? And he pulls out
Well,
his tablet
he
going,
was
"Right,
good at
one."
doing it for the death counter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just
There's
control
more
V.
incentive.
Control V enter.
Yeah,
Control V
yeah.
enter.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's how I did that. It's just
Ah.
a nice little trick to keep an eye on
You
it.
need a stream deck. I reckon you could plug a stream deck in, and program it. To
That'll
do a
be
macro
one of the
thing.
next things I want to do, because at the moment I've got my capture card, but I'm running on a very
I'm using my phone as a stream deck currently because I ran out of buttons.
cool.
Yeah,
I
there's a
might
Stream
actually
Deck
look
out.
into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. because the laptop's old. So now my next thing is I need to get a PC.
Oh yeah.
And then everyone's like, "You'll become a PC gamer." I'm like, "No, I won't."
No, I've got a PC. I'm not a PC gamer. No, it doesn't
No.
work like
Oh,
that.
but if
I like
you
my
do,
Xbox.
there's plenty of Xbox games on PC, like Age of Empires.
Yes,
Just
And
cloud-
Zoo
you just cloud-
Tycoon.
Just use
Zoo
cloud
Tycoon.
gaming for it.
I could. That's it. I can do it on the laptop currently because it is a Windows laptop now, so I can actually do all of that stuff, which
Yeah, you
is
can do it
good.
on Mac as well. Do it for the web browser. Get
Yeah.
around Mac's
Oh, yeah,
dodginess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Safari's not great.
No, that's why I
don't
use
you put
Chrome.
Edge? Don't you put Edge on?
I don't think you can
Edge.
install Edge on a Mac.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah,
It
I
is
think
everywhere
that's
now.
why they boosted
It's
it a
just
lot
a
to
web
make it work
browser.
better. Yeah, I think they make it better.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought Apple was locked down.
We talked about it in the news.
I
How
used
long
Google
ago?
Chrome
I have
on
no idea.
it, so
It's they boosted Edge and they made Edge better at some point and kind of fix Macs to get around Mac rubbish.
Yes, indeed. And there's an interesting thing that they did at Ars Technica where they basically compared Edge to Mozilla, to like the Linux string. And if you're running Edge, your games on cloud gaming perform better than if you're running on Linux. There's a whole breakdown
Interesting.
about it,
yeah.
which is
And that's kudos to Edge, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's looking for
Microsoft.
the edge. You know how when you have a web browser, it's got an agent string that tells you basically, hey, I'm Safari, I'm Mac, I'm Edge, I'm Linux or whatever. That it looks for that string. So if you change it in Mozilla, cloud gaming works fine.
That's interesting.
Of course.
Yep, it's Microsoft being Microsoft, right?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I'm
Look
glad
at that
someone
thing out
got
there.
around to it. That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. So you being a new Xbox gamer, you know, into this world of Xbox games, because you've always been PS, haven't you? Or
Yeah. Yeah. So PC originally back in the day with floppy disk games and everything.
those are great.
Yeah. Atari for a little bit and then PlayStation. So I think I started with a PlayStation 2.
Yep, those were great.
Everyone had a PlayStation
Yeah.
2 or knew somebody who had a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Eventually, they were just giving them away with the cereal, weren't they? You know, get your Fruit Loops. Here's your PlayStation 2 Slim.
Yeah. That's how I originally got Age of Empires. So with my
Yeah,
Nutri-Grain.
Yeah, there we go. See, we talked
Yeah, we
about
talked
this
about
last
Yeah.
week.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
We had so many copies of it. It wasn't funny.
Oh, but I didn't have one at all.
I had a lot of them because my grandfather would eat like Nutri-Grain, so he'd get them and then give them to us, thinking they were Newgate.
Oh,
just a pile of Age of
cute.
Empires, too.
Yeah.
Just sell
Yep.
them and still.
well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. They were so numerous, they wouldn't be worth
anything,
much.
yeah.
Although,
There was
if you,
so
No, you
many
didn't
of
have one,
them.
Simone. So if someone in school came up to you and said $5, that you would have gone, yep, $5 or $2
Well, yeah, I
or
mean,
$1 or something. You would have gone, yeah.
it's my fault for not going to school. Otherwise, I probably would have one.
Ah,
Oh no.
yeah, that's interesting. Well, you might have heard about it and kind of found one on the floor that someone had discarded.
Oh, that would've been-
Just
I
in the
reckon-
bathrooms.
yeah, Sneak into a school that wasn't my school.
those kids are doing Age of Empires in the bathroom again.
You can smell it.
Look at their eyes. You can tell they've been on Age of Empires again.
They're going around going, oh, yo.
Motherload.
Although I reckon because it was such a part of Kiwi culture, if you put them on Trade Me, you could probably get quite a bit of money for them. Being,
yeah.
you know,
Oh,
the whole
probably.
nostalgia train.
Yeah.
Well, they brought out the cereal in Aussie, didn't they, this year?
Yeah, and they did it again. They did a new release of it, I believe, with the Age of Empire.
Ooh,
Definitive edition.
hey,
The
that's cool.
Nutri-Grain.
Oh, I didn't realize. Wait, was that on New
Oh,
News?
I'll find out because I'm pretty sure they did that. It was like a, hey, remember when we did this?
Oh my word! Was this on New News?
No, I didn't know about it, no.
Oh,
I'll find out
Must have been PC news.
Probably.
Oh, yeah,
because
okay.
it was PC, not.
fair
So I would
enough.
have
But
missed my
That's
radar.
interesting.
It is interesting they did it again.
I didn't know that they made a physical disc for the definitive edition.
I
It
don't know
may
if
have
they
been a
did the
download
new
code.
one,
Might have
but
been a download code or something.
it was. Yeah, I think it was a download code.
Possibly.
I'll see
Which
if I can
is
find
smart,
it. Either that or I'm
because-
thinking of the old one because they did it.
yeah.
In like, it was like 2002.
Are you making stuff up? Is that what happened?
Probably. I mean, what? Remember,
I mean-
funny
Funny
first
first
factual
factual.
second.
You're perfect
This
for
is
new
the place
news.
I'm allowed to do that. Like,
Come on and just make up stories and then leave, and then get people yelling at you on Twitter.
If you don't talk about it again, no one will remember. It's fine. They'll just forget.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that one was like, oh, they did the Woolooloos, but...
The Woolooloos, yeah.
Oh, yes.
We
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, we talked about that, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, yes. So they made 10 special Woolooloos that were apparently real and edible cereal, as well as a 12-month subscription to Game Pass for PC, which included the Age of Empires 4 and 2 soundtrack on an actual CD in the box. So it's the soundtrack, not the game.
Oh, cool.
Man,
Okay.
that's fantastic.
I knew it came with something. I was just like, wait, what? No, so it's the soundtrack, not the game. But they used to do the game. Like, I found the Reddit post of the actual picture of the Kellogg's Age of Empires CD.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a kid and a Game Pass code comes in your cereal, and
Yeah,
you open up Game Pass and
12
you go,
months of Game Pass, too.
12 months a year, and you kind of just go, whoa, look at all these games I can play. Because when you're a kid, you go, your parents buy one game, and you get that
Why
for
don't you
6
just go and
months.
buy more cereal, though? I'm now going to go and buy all the cereal. Because at
That's
like,
a good
what,
point.
$5 a pop, $10 a pop, you might as well just buy all the cereal in the shop, and it'd be like,
That's...
I wonder if that's
and just
you think
load
it
up.
stacks.
Snacks, yeah, exactly.
But can you imagine that kid and say for some reason his parents decided not to buy him Minecraft,
Yep.
and all of a sudden he has Minecraft for a whole year?
And and everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
You just open
Everything.
it up and
Because, like, there's so many games in there.
go, yeah.
That one, it was Game Pass PC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
Yeah,
is-
but still, there's still
Okay.
so many games.
exactly.
Yes.
Still,
Right.
you sit down,
Yeah.
you open the game, and away you go.
We're running out of time. We've got 3 minutes left.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, shit.
Lee,
I got
what
one question. I got one question. What's your favourite game you've ever played on Xbox?
Oh, jeez.
It's too early for that, Lee.
Oh my god, do you know how hard that would? Oh,
I know it's a
like,
horrible
I-
question. I know it's a horrible question. That's why I like it.
I love Hades. Hades is one of my
Oh, yes.
all-time favorite games. Like
Yeah.
that will always that's number one.
Because you
for
played that
me.
on Switch, didn't you? First, and then
Yeah,
on Xbox.
Switch and then Xbox. But Psychonauts 2 was amazing. I loved Omno, The Awful Escape. There's heaps of games.
No, I got
I
one
can
game.
narrow
I
it
need
down
one
to just
game.
one.
I need one.
I can't narrow it down to just
Well-
one. Hades then.
Here we go.
But that's like I know
is
that wasn't.
Is that your
Xbox
favourite
and-
genre as well? Is that your sort of genre? That sort of that
Not
sort of
really,
style?
actually, which is weird.
okay.
So I'm usually puzzles and sometimes platformers because I do love Spyro. And like Lost in Random is right up there with like that platforming. Psychonauts 2 is amazing when I played that. Yeah. Like usually puzzles or platformers.
What was the first game you played on Xbox?
That was actually
Was it Control?
no.
Okay.
I need to
Where's that episode, Simone?
go back.
Yep, I
The
was
lost
prepared.
See,
for
Matt
this
knows the
question.
answer to this, but I can't think of the name of it. It's not Oxenfree. It does start with O. Hang on.
Omno.
No. I did Donut County was the first completion.
Oh, yeah,
that's such
cool.
a fun game.
It is so much fun.
It's so much fun. The first game though, it's the cult one. Undertale. Starts with U. Undertale.
Yes.
That's it. I remembered
Starts
it.
with a vowel.
Yeah, it starts with a vowel. But yeah, Undertale was the first game I played on Xbox, and I deliberately chose Undertale because I'd been talking to Matt about it beforehand, and like he said that was one of his favorite cult games, and I was okay, right, I'll do that. It's on Game Pass.
Have
Easy.
you played it? I've never played it. Carl and Simone. You played it?
No, I know of it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I've got the completion now.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
It's real weird and cool, and just not what I expected it to be.
How long
Yeah,
did
I
it take?
really liked it. A while for me because I'm really slow at games.
Same.
It took me a year to get the completion because there was parts of it I just didn't realize I hadn't completed until the end.
Okay.
Let me find out how long. It's not meant to take that long though. Undertale. It's meant to be about 4 to 5 hours. I took 20.
Oh, so you took your time. You enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
I also idle games. I'm notorious for that.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Brilliant. Look at that. On the bang
the
on dot.
nose.
We're doing
Bang
really
on the
well.
dot.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much for joining us,
Thank you
Charlotte.
for being our test.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for
You're like the
watching us
you're the
flounder.
beta guest.
Yeah, I'm the tester. It's fine.
Okay,
We
before-
needed her on first so that we could get the watches quickly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before we send you off on your way, is there any controversial gaming statement you want to make that's potentially extremely wrong that'll get lots of people fired up? You know, funny first, factual second.
True.
This is a question we didn't put in the spreadsheet.
No,
this is
it's
a
not
funny
in the
one.
spreadsheet, but
Carl's
that's fine. It's
making
kind of
things
funny.
up.
Just something
Shooting
like,
games are overrated.
oh, and
Ooh.
kick.
Yeah, and stuff.
Mute.
Oh no, we've lost her.
Oh no, we're going through a tunnel. Oh no.
Okay, thanks for having me, guys.
That's
Thank you
cool.
for coming.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.